All right. What's going on, everyone? Aaron here, Clean Cuts Lawn Care. It is Monday morning. Saturday wrapped up the 4th week of mowing. Yesterday I had my first day off since Easter. I had actually thought that I had the first weekend after first mows off. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't. The first Saturday I went out and got some lawns done early that I had cut early the prior weekend, and then Saturday evening of that first week I prepped a landscaping job. Sunday the three of us did that big landscaping job. So no, I didn't have it off. It was nice to have a day off yesterday. It was Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. A little bit of a sad day for me. Of course, my mother passed away late October. But it was nice to be with Vicky all day. It's her day, Mother's Day. We went and seen our kids and everything. The 22-inch that we started the business with, we gave to one of our daughters. Something was wrong with it. It was blowing smoke everywhere. I went out there. It was blowing smoke all out of the exhaust. It was leaking from the exhaust. There was fuel in the air filter. So I fixed all that, got it running good, sharpened the blades, did an oil change on it, got it ready to go for them, so that's good. I'm glad that thing is still being used. Today, doing the first oil change on the 0 turn. I've never done it before. Supposed to do it at 10 hours. I'm a little bit late on that. I think there's 17 hours on it because we've been busy. I'm going to do an oil change on the original 30. And I'm going to do the oil change on Vicky's 30. All right, from what I'm told, you pop this off, insert this tube that they give you. This is what came with it. There we go, right on there. Loosen. I gotta get Toro to loosen that up. I don't know what else I could do to speed it up. Coming down through here. It's a little faster. There we go. Okay, now it's draining. So just let that drain. All right, we're just doing this fuel filter now. The other one, we're not taking it out. We'll do that one at another time. The other 30, I mean. Make sure everything's hooked back up. That's still on there. Let's see here. Get in there. There we go. Fuel filter's done on this one. All right, let's make sure all the oil's gone. Yep, got no reading. We're gonna change out that oil filter. I seen another guy where he was saying he's not thrilled about where you know, everything is for this oil change, and I can't say I blame him. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, he's right. It is pretty brutal to get in here and get this filter off. Nothing really wants to fit in there, and you can't get it off by hand. That's not gonna happen. Getting all this cleaned up really good. Now, my understanding from what I'm reading is that these get shipped out with SAE 30 for the engine oil. If it's very hot outside, over like 85 degrees, you can switch it to 10W30. That's what I'm reading on it. So I'm reusing the SAE 30 right now, because it's not very hot outside yet. Maybe, I'm assuming I'm gonna change it again in like July, maybe. At that time, I'll probably switch it over, man, it's gonna be brutal, to 10W30, but it also will use more, burn more rather, of the 10W30 from what it says right in the manual even. So I'll kind of see how that plays out. You know, I'm not too sure. Not too sure yet how I want to do that. I know some people only use the 10W30, but we'll see. All right, the 30 got drained. Let's check its level. Then I'll recheck that level. So far, that took about 3.5, 18 ounces. Well, each container was 18 ounces, obviously. This takes in between 16 to 18 ounces. Okay, that's full. Brand new oil there and everything. Okay, right now it has enough. We can go ahead and get it started. Let it run for a minute, and then I'll check it again. I inspected everything for leaks. We're all good. I wrote the next oil change down on the oil filter, which will be at 68 hours. I'm going to double check the oil, and then we're gonna roll. All right, I double checked the levels. I double checked for leaks, not seeing anything anywhere. So looks like we're good. And now we have 50 hours until we have to change it again. Obviously just randomly checking on it, but yeah, where you have to drain it from, where the oil filter is, yeah, it's a little hard. I see what the guy, I was watching his video, I see what he was saying, but you know, a lot of these mowers and stuff, they're in difficult places because it's the only place for them. So it's all good though. Didn't take me long. Only had enough oil to do the 0 turn in the 130. I didn't know it was going to take basically 4 18-ounce containers to fill that. It didn't say in the manual how much, so I was just kind of guessing. I thought 3 would do it. I put 3.5 after I ran it. Wasn't quite full, so we just topped it off and we're rolling on. Question for you guys that have owned your businesses longer than me. We have 3 or 4 lawns that I want to get rid of. I mentioned before that we're gonna veer away from large lawns. I don't want any lawns over like $40, okay? And you guys who do lawns, you know what that lawn looks like. So we have 3 or 4 I want to get rid of because of the size. But also, let me tell you a story about one of them who was a customer last year. We leave our invoices on the 3rd mow. Okay, we started doing that this year because I still can't believe how many people still write checks and that's what they want to do. Most of our customers are on credit card on file. I told you guys we started using Stripe. Last year we used Venmo. Now we use Stripe. Credit card is saved on file. I just tack on the 2.9% plus 30 cents to the invoice. Everyone knows about it, and we charge them. But a lot of people still want to write a check. Whatever, we just I used to be against it. Now I just take it. I deposit it as soon as they give it to me. By the next day the money's there, so whatever. Well, we left the invoice. It's a customer we had all all year last year. She calls me about a day or 2 later, so it's in between the 3rd and 4th mow, and she goes, I won't be home when you mow it. I'll be at my daughter's, which is a couple streets over. And she goes, will you be able to pick the check up? And I said, yeah, that's fine, no problem. And then she said, also, call me after you mow it because I am not going to write you a check for services not yet rendered. That's what she said. Now remember, we already did 3 of the 4 mows, okay? And she's a returning customer. Now last year we had a check from her that she mailed. This is the reason we no longer let you mail a check. Never showed up. 2 weeks went by. I called her. I said, I need you to cancel that check. She said, can you give it a few more days? I said, okay. Finally, I just told her, cancel the check. I'm coming today to pick my check up. We did. So I asked her, I said, are you aware that a lot of companies, you only have the option to pay in advance? I said, we're the ones taking the gamble, because if someone chooses not to pay us for them 4 mows, I said, what am I going to do? Take someone to court for in between 140 or 200 bucks? I was pretty pissed off about it, and she's one of the ones I want to drop, mainly because of the size of the yard. And I've talked about it before. When we first bought the 52, I thought, oh my God, we're going to make so much more money taking on these bigger yards. We did take on the bigger yards, just to find out we're not making any more money. And we could make more money by doing a few more smaller yards close together compared to these bigger yards that are normally further away. So my question is, how do you go about dropping a customer in the middle of the, not even in the middle of the season, early in the season, when the main reason is because you're restructuring your company? 1, is that okay to do? 2, if it is, how much time do you give them as far as a heads up? Or is it just not okay to do, and do you have to suck it up for the year and then restructure the following year? I don't know, honestly. Now, if they're problem customers, I wouldn't even be asking. Boom, you're done. But for the most part, they're not. Okay, yeah, I didn't like how she put that, but she's not a problem customer. So what do you do? Because I would prefer to get them off my route now, fill up, let's say 3 for sure. I'd rather fill up those 3 spots with 6 of these, you know, or 7 of these, or 8 of these, or 9 of these. More money. So let me know in the comments. I'm looking for some advice here. All right, this is where we have 3 properties. It's this corner one, the one next to it, and the one diagonal from it. That's why it's on this route, because I don't need a helper. Alright, these are 2 of the 3 that I'm contemplating getting rid of. The backyard over there is huge. I don't know. Granted, they are right across the street from each other, but like I said, we don't want these big yards. I know I shouldn't have took them to begin with, but you know, it was concerning hiring an employee. I knew we had to take whatever we could, and but like I said, I know we can make more by going smaller and just doing more, as opposed to having the big ones. It's just common sense, really. Alright guys, that's it for the day. It's 6 o'clock. I just dropped everything off at the shop and I'm heading home for the night. What I did was I took 2 properties off of tomorrow's route and I put them on today's route. That's where they're gonna stay. And I took 2 properties off of Friday's route and I put them on tomorrow's route. The reason those 2 got moved around was because it's a mom and son right next door to each other. And I think the second week of mowing, hers got fertilized that morning, his didn't. I didn't want to get them offset. We skipped them, but had to go back later in the week because it grew so much. And we've been stuck doing it that way. So I just rearranged a few things. Plus, the Friday route had 13 stops on it. Even though it's me and Robbie, it was kind of a big route. Some not big houses, but a lot of like $40 houses, one $50 house, one $45 house, another $45 house, ending the day with 3 $40 houses. So it's like, it's not a big route, but it was just very packed. So that'll help out doing it that way. Instead of 13, it'll take it down to 11. Yeah, it'll make my route tomorrow a little bit bigger, but I think it'll work out better that way. So don't forget in the comments to let me know about dropping these few properties. If you guys would do it during the season, maybe you think it's wrong, not right. I don't know. Let me know. Alright guys, if you liked the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, let me know everything I'm doing wrong, and keep them edges clean, boys. I'm out.